Hello and welcome to another series on this channel. Today I'll be fulfilling my promise and I'll be taking us through how we are going to be making our hair shampoo. Now this is specifically because I made a promise to make that hotel brand that we intend to make the soap, the shampoo, the body wash. So we already made that soap that we made with the melt and pour. You can check the channel for that video. We are about to make the shampoo, which is the number 2 out of the 4 videos for hotel business. Since we said we'll be talking about business stuff, and now we are going to be making it right on this channel. So today let's drive straight into the practical section. But before then, I am Folorunsho Olutayo Oyebisi and I am a DIY content creator. Let's drive straight into the practical section. Vroom. Here we are at the practical section. I would like to intimate you about the ingredients I'll be using. This is a very easy formula for making your hair shampoo. Here is my natural soap. You know, it looks like yam flour powder. For those of us that have watched the multi-purpose liquid soap, I made use of natural soap in that video. There are different kinds of natural soap in the market, the cellulose, different types. So whichever one you are using will serve this purpose of what we're about to produce. Also, here is my sulfonic acid. I also make this for this purpose. For the purpose of this hair shampoo, the sulfonic acid is serving as our foaming agent. Also, here is my soda ash. For the purpose of this shampoo we are making today, the soda ash will be serving as our washing agent. Here is my already dissolved color. I'll be using orange color as is symbolized on the cover of this bottle. Here is my vitamin E oil. You know, vitamin E serves wonderfully well for our hair, for so many things, even for our beauty creams and oils. So I use vitamin E a lot in most of my formulations. It will be difficult for me to use vitamin E without putting in fragrance, because like I've said in some of those videos, vitamin E does not have a friendly smell. However, it's a very good product or reagent in our productions. For instance, bitter leaf is very good for us so that we can reduce the blood sugar and regulate our blood system. However, it's very bitter. So because it's bitter, we see how people that wash it and use it to cook vegetable. We see how people that drink it like that. Same, vitamin E is very good. We have the tablets, we have the oil. For the purpose of this production, I'll be making use of the vitamin E oil. Now, going straight into the production, I'll be using 25 grams of my natural soap. I hope you can see this. I'll be using 25 grams of my natural soap. You know, natural soap usually dust. I told you it looks like yam flour. So you have to be a little bit, I hope you can see this. You have to be a little bit calm while you pour the natural soap inside your water so that you will not split it all over your face or your body. You can decide to cover up with your nose or something, cover up with nose marks rather, so that you'll be sure. However, natural soap is not harmful to you. I understand some people use it to make some edible stuffs, but that is not the purpose of the day. So when you pour in your natural soap, please be gentle while pouring so that it will not spill all over the table, the space. And I would advise you probably switch off the fan, or if the AC is directed to where you are expected to do the production, switch it off so that you can have a smooth pouring of your natural soap. So I just did that. There's nothing inside my bowl again, and I don't have the natural soap spread all over my face. Now, once we are done with that, we'll be adding in our sulfonic acid. Now, this sulfonic acid here is 500 ml. I can decide to use the whole of the sulfonic acid, and I can decide to use just little out of it. You are supposed to pour in the sulfonic acid into different sides of the water. You are not going to pour it into a particular point, you know, just doing something like this. No, you pour it into different directions as you go. Also, it is not compulsory you complete the whole 500 ml for this production. This production that I'm making is between 5 to 8 liters. So what that means is that if you are making 5 liters out of it, the production will be really thick. But if you want something that will be a little bit light, that will not be too thick, then the production will be reasonable when you make it 8 liters. So we have some working customers that want their liquid product to be really thick. So for those kind of customers, you have to use you have to make this production 5 and at most 6 liters. But for those other customers that maybe want to package it for sale and they are very conscious of the cost of production, then you may decide to make this maybe between 6 and 8 liters. Now, because I'm talking about the business aspect of this production, I'll be telling you the cost implication of this, as I receive messages on a regular basis about the cost implication of some of those products that I make. Some individuals that ask me, I decide to tell them the price, you know, from that their message, by replying to the singular message. So I hope I will not forget to constantly discuss the price of the products so that we can easily be able to have an idea of the cost implication of whatever it is that we are producing. Now, I added the whole sulfonic acid. Does not actually mean that you should do the same. Sulfonic acid, as at now, is between 1.8 and 2004 per liter in the market. What that means is that half a liter is between 900 and 1.2. So singularly, if I'm taking the highest price, I'll be calculating this as 1.2 for this sulfonic acid. So you will be able to have it at the back of your mind, the end product and the cost implication of whatever it is you are adding. Now, here is my fermented soda ash. I already dissolved this soda ash. I dissolved 1 kg of soda, 1/4 kg of the soda ash inside 1 liter of water. I use this in some of my productions, and here is the leftover. Now I'll be adding in my soda ash. You also not pour in the soda ash in the same direction. You know, if you pour it in the same direction, the soda ash will make the soap to rise. And the moment the soap rise, sorry about that, then you will not be able to manage it. So when you pour in your soda ash, I hope you can see this at the base of this container. Let me turn it so that you can see my own side. You will see a kind of reaction happening beneath the container. So if you stir the soap and you see that the shampoo rather, and you can see it swelling, maybe based on a reaction, then you should please stop stirring and hold on for a while. So as we do that, it will be difficult for us to see this. I don't know if I should scoop up this or I should just hold on a minute so that we can see. Sometimes holding on a minute may not even work. Sometimes when I make this kind of production, I may have to hold on till the next day before this will settle down. So for the purpose of this production, I may have to scoop this foaming aspect so that we can be able to see the end of this video. I'll be right back. I'm trying to scoop the foam off. I hope you can see this. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not going to pour this away because by the time it settles, it's still part of this production. So I'm just going to keep it aside so that we can enjoy the production. So I hope you can see this now. Our product is a little bit clearer now. The foaming effect is a reaction actually. Now, if you want your production to be thicker than this, you have to add more soda ash. I will not be adding more soda ash now because I don't want this particular foaming effect again. So if you are doing this at home, please, number one, get a bigger container. Number two, make sure you have adequate time when you are trying to make this production. And number three, if it foams up this way and you are in a hurry, you can do the same, but I will advise that you leave it, you just leave it this way, maybe on your production table or on the floor, wherever you are making the production. Leave it for a while, and by the time you come back after hours, the whole thing will have settled, and you have only this, only something like this from top to bottom. You'll be seeing a very clear product. Now, like I said earlier, I will stop adding the soda ash. The soda ash is supposed to be a washing agent, and I'll be adding in my vitamin E. I hope you can see this. Look at how glistery the vitamin E oil is. So here is my vitamin E oil. I'm done with that. After adding in the vitamin E oil, the smell is somehow, I don't know. I feel funny when I smell this vitamin E. But I hope one of these days I'll be able to sit down to tell us so much about the benefit of vitamin E. I've read a lot about vitamin E. I add it to a lot of my products. Now, I'll be adding in my fragrance. Always add your fragrance before your color. Here is my color for this production. If you add your fragrance before you add your color, then the color will retain its texture. But if you add your color before you add your fragrance, the fragrance will bleach the color, and most of the time I don't really like the outcome. So I will advise you to add in your fragrance before you add your color. I am adding in 20 ml. I measured 30 ml, and I'm not going to finish using it. So I always say that fragrance and color is to preference. If you want to add 50 ml of fragrance, yes, you are free to do. The only advice I have to tell you is that you don't add the fragrance in one direction like I warned when I was adding the sulfonic acid, or else it will make the production turn watery. So you have to add it to different directions. Also, if the fragrance is too much, even if you add it in different directions, the shampoo, or maybe you are making a soap like the multi-purpose soap we made, will turn watery, because the fragrance is also a chemical, and there will be a chemical reaction and everything will turn into water. So please, you should avoid overuse of any of the things you are using, so that you will achieve your desired results. Now lastly, I'll be adding in my color. You know, if you look at this container, it's almost as if this is not orange color, but I'm doing this deliberately. Let me push it a little forward so that you can see that it's actually orange color. But because of the concentration, I measured in 10 ml of my orange color powder, and I added 250 ml of water, and here is my result. So this 10 ml you can use to make a 50-liter production of this shampoo. So please, you will not just pour this 10 ml inside your production. You have to use it to taste. So that is why you add the color to your products, you mix it thoroughly, you check the texture. If you are okay with the color, then you will know that you are done. If you are not okay with the color, you add more color. But please don't over add the color, because when you add too much of color, the color will stain things, and I'm sure you won't like that. Also, for those of us that intend to make this for sales, you will not add. So we have used water in this product, and I remember mentioning in one of my videos that any product you use water, you are supposed to preserve. So I may not be adding preservative now in this video, but I'm recommending that you add preservative to your product. The end result of this shampoo will be a very clear orange looking shampoo. You understand? The color may be looking darker, a little darker. By the time the product is done, it will be a little, just a little lighter. So please don't put plenty of color saying that I said it will be a little lighter. No. You know, already you can see that our orange color is here. Now, by the time we are done and the shampoo is, we are at the end of the production like this, you are advised, this container has a cover. You will leave the cover, you cover it and leave it until it settles into the transparent orange looking shampoo that we are talking about. It is after it has settled that you will now pour it into your measuring container, and you will now fill it into the jars. For those of us that have been watching for a while, every the end product and pictures of this shampoo that I've made, you will be able to check it on our Instagram handle. Please check the comment section and check the Instagram link so that and some of the pictures of some students or some customers that have made their products, sent us the pictures, and we have posted it on their Instagram handle, on our Instagram handle. Also, we have Telegram group where we can tutor you step by step. You make production of some of those things we have made on the YouTube channel. You send them to the Instagram page. If there's any correction, if there's any question, there are different people there to bring different ideas and questions so that you will be a pro in whatever you are doing. So I'll be rounding up now. I would like to show you this container so that you will remember how I did it when I made the other things regarding the hotel. So I hope you can see this. This is the measuring container. You are going to pour this, you know, let's assume that my shampoo is ready. Let's assume that it has settled. I'll be showing you the picture of a settled shampoo. Then you will pour it into this container. Then you will pour it into this measuring cup. I hope you can see the measuring cup. You know, look at this cup now. You're having orange color. It was because I used this cup to dissolve my color before pouring it onto this. That is why you have this combination. And since it is still the same shampoo I'm pouring out of this, I could use it. Now, when this has totally settled, you are advised to pour it into a measuring container like this. Then you pour it into this container. After pouring it into this container, you cover it this way. After covering it this way, then you will be able to open up this cover. Then here is our hotel container. In the other video, I showed you several other containers. You don't have to use this, it's not compulsory. You can use several other ones. This is 30 ml. There are several other ones, 30 ml. There are several other containers, 50 ml, 100 ml. Depending on the hotel, depending on the size of the room, depending on the request or what you have in mind to present to them. So when you pour it into this, you are supposed to key this in and press this into it. And that is why how you package it. Now when you are done, you cover this way. After covering this way, you will maybe this is just as a sample. Every hotel will have their logo or their name, whichever one they want you to put. So it will have to be dependent on the amount of money they intend to pay you. That will determine if you are going to put a sticker or you are going to take this to the printer to print on it permanently for the purpose of the hotel that you are supplying. So let me round up by telling you the exact cost implication of this. You know, I use 25 grams of that natural salt, and that is just about 200 naira. Then we use this, ranging and calculating it as 1/2. You can use half of it and you can use 1/2. It depends on your supplier. Those people you want to supply has a lot of things to do with the amount of money or the amount of inputs you'll be putting into this. So what that means is that if you are using 25 grams of natural salt and you are using this half liter, that will be 1/2 plus your 200 and that will be 1/4. The soda ash cost implication is just 100 naira and that makes it 1/5. Our fragrance cost implication is just 300 naira.